Podcast brought to you by the Fantasy Six Pack. I am your host, and me and Jason were just talking about this pre-show and almost married Nick Zaniboni. I am still here. I'm not. This isn't like a Sandra Bullock. I think it was Sandra Bullock in Runaway Bride with Richard Gere. Is that right, babe?
That sounds about right.
It's Julia Roberts. It was Julia Roberts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? I'm not that yet. There's still time. So, Jason, it's the cold open question of the week because this is my favorite thing. Another thing that we were talking about pre-show is fantasy football. I want to know who we're almost in that draft season, which is the best part of fantasy football. That's when everyone sits at their laptop, looks at their team, and they're like, oh my God, my team is perfect. I want to know who is your, I don't want to call it sleeper because like it can be like a well-known player, but like just not like a first round guy that you're hitching your wagon to. Ready, set, go. Who do we got, Jason?
It's weird. sometimes it's basketball in the pre-show. Now we're on football, right? So this one's, I got a few, but I'm going to go with the one that I'm like not leaving any draft without, and that's Rashid White of Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, yep.
Yeah, I almost called them the Rays, and this is a baseball podcast, but no, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, second-year running back, playoff Lenny's out of the picture. They didn't add anybody in the offseason to
that team's going to be awful.
It's going to be awful. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands like 50 times a game. So he'll be getting a lot of work. And then even if they do, he's a really good pass catcher too. So I don't know what his ADP is. I haven't gotten too far down the football rabbit hole just yet. But Rashid White is my guy I'm hooking my wagon to.
This might be too big of a name. Rookie running back, Gibbs.
Oh, yeah.
I like him more than Brian Robinson this season. Not Brian Robinson, Bijan. Mm-hmm. This season, I just think his ability as a pass catcher and that offense, that no longer are the Lions like the team that you avoid. There were a couple years where you draft Calvin Johnson, and then you were like, but no one else.
Yeah.
And now I'm excited for the Lions. I can't believe it. They're opening night. I think it's them and the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs and Lions opening night.
Take the over, Jason. Take the over.
It's kind of weird because I'm, RIP our former co-host, but the Lions are I actually kind of take that back. I made it sound like Dave was dead, but not RIP our co-host, but I would be remiss to not mention our co-host, our ex-co-host, Dave Eddy and his Detroit Lions. But yeah, it's two things. I like Jahmyr Gibbs at the value he's getting because I feel like Bijan Robinson's helium is getting through the roof now.
Yeah,
you're talking about
he's going to be like a first-round pick.
First round. I feel like his helium's gotten to that point where he's a first-round draft pick, which is just absurd. The guy has not played
like top 8.
He's not even played one snap in the NFL yet, and this guy's going first round. That's absurd. That's what I want to say right now. I like Bijan Robinson, but the ADP is getting out of control. But yeah, those are our can't miss football sleepers. You heard it here first. This is a baseball podcast, and we've been kind of on a new thing here. I kind of like it. We've been starting off each podcast with Immaculate Grid. Let's just keep it going. I have not looked at this week, or sorry, not this week. Today's. No. A little bit of a hard one. Rookie of the year is always throwing me for a loop here, but
give me AJ Burnett, top left, easy.
Top left. Oh, good one. So the next one I have is this one. Taylor Rogers or Tyler Rogers? Oh. Do you remember who it was?
I don't. I know it's one of them.
It's one of them, but I don't remember who.
I would have to say.
Is it not both of them, maybe?
This is awful podcasting. Nah, it can't be both.
I know. We'll leave that one off for now. Rookie of the year for the Yankees, it's got to be like Judge, right? He won Rookie of the year?
Or Jeets, but yes.
Jeter?
Yeah. I mean, both of them did it, so it's just a matter of which one you think is.
More rare. They're probably both pretty obvious, so we'll just go with Jeter. Actually, not that obvious. Oh yeah, 44. Sorry. Let's see. Gold Gloves.
Giants and Yankees, Randy Johnson.
Good one. See, I'm so bad at like guys that have played on multiple teams together.
I only just know these from video games. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this happened.
Rookie of the Year for Twins. I feel like Mauer may have won that, or maybe center fielder Torrey Hunter. Is that possible?
Possible, yes, but
Gold Glove got to be Posey for Giants.
yeah, just do that. That's probably going to be that's chalk. But
Yeah. 35. Yeah, it's pretty chalk.
It's McCutcheon.
Another chalk, but we'll take it. We're going for kind of. I feel like we're going to go for speed here a little bit too. Oh.
I think this one might be rare. In the middle, give me AJ Przinsky.
The Giants?
Yeah.
He played for the Giants?
Like, I'm telling you, man, it's just because of video games.
Wow, 11%.
Even that's like, not like, how do people know that? I mean,
you know what it is? If you use anything within the last like 15 to 20 years, you're going to get at least like the people that I ever see like super immaculate, like Frank the Tank from Barstool, like he does it.
Yeah.
It's like insane because he uses guys from like the 50s and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how you get it.
Rookie of the Year, that has to be. Mauer had to have won it, right?
I would think.
Buxton didn't.
No. Who was the there was Mauer, and then who was the first baseman?
Justin Morneau?
Yeah, one of those two. Oh, Morneau was the first baseman, right? And Mauer was the catcher.
Yeah. I'm fine with either of those picks. One of them had to have.
Fuck.
What?
All right, let's keep going. Let's go Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove. Ken Griffey Jr. is an easy one.
We can't do Jeter again.
We could do Griffey Jr. It's chalk,
yeah, that's fine.
Wait, what?
What?
Do they have to be in the same year?
No.
I'm appalled.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Twins and Pirates.
Did Rich Hill play for the Twins?
I think he has. I did see like a thing where it's like there's cheat codes, like Rich Hill, Matt Stairs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what.
Show me the bottom one.
First, let's check out who's won.
Oh, this is annoying. You can't even see who's who. Like you need to like scroll.
Yeah.
All right. Post like 2004. I'm not gonna know anyone. So. I mean, pre 2004.
This is only showing
Minnesota, Johnny Castro,
MLB Rookie of the Year award winners. So who are we looking for? Minnesota?
Yeah, I think I saw one down the end that said Castro, but I'm not positive.
I'm not seeing any. Let me do this. Yeah, Marty Cordova in 95.
Yeah,
Chuck Knobloch in 91.
Whoa, Chuck Knobloch.
Rod Carew. Shit, I should have known that one.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite players. That was it. Wow.
All right.
Well, let's check out the other one that we missed here.
Yeah, I'm confused by this one.
I'm confused by this too. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really gonna Carlos Bellinger? Chuck Knobloch?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm calling shenanigans on that one, Jason.
I agree. Huh. I know for sure that he won Rookie of the Year and a Gold Glove, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it meant the same year.
Maybe it did.
That seems pretty
Ichiro was most popular. Oh, see, it was Taylor Rogers. I was gonna get
okay. I wonder how many people put Tyler. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Like on mistake. Like they just did it on accident.
Yeah, just like do a quick. Like I did I forget. Oh no, I was doing a different game. It wasn't this, but I put like it was Bradley. I don't think it was Bradley Cooper. It was just two celebrities, and I like completely just like put the wrong name, but it's not who I meant.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the Daily Dozen trivia from Barstool.
Yes, yeah.
I've been doing that one too. That one I kind of like because it's more than just like sports.
It's very hard though.
It is very hard, dude. I'm like,
And the celebrity mashup, I never get.
I'm the worst. Like I don't know if you watched the Dozen
Yeah, sometimes.
videos. Yeah, like when they do those too, I'm like, I have no idea who these. I'm not a huge celebrity person, so like I don't really know a lot. If I do know what they are, I don't know who their names are, stuff like that. So I always get that one wrong. But yeah, that's been the Immaculate Grid. We actually got, what did we get? 7 out of 9.
It's not bad.
Goddamn Rookie of the Years. Or what did we miss? Yeah, Rookie of the Year. I told you, man, I'm awful at that Rookie of the Year shit. Because it's like those guys don't, sometimes, a lot of times those guys don't amount to be anything.
I can't believe Joe Mauer didn't win Rookie of the Year.
I know. And I agree. And like they haven't had a Rookie of the Year since 1995. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm always so whenever the Rookie of the Year comes up, I'm like, oh shit. Because like I said, those guys are like they'll win that award and then they'll never do anything else the rest of their career sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Like Chuck Knobloch, he was good, but I would never have thought that he was a Rookie of the Year.
Do you listen to Action Bronson?
Of course.
I feel like, so I don't know, like his raps are very much just like he'll name like an obscure athlete. And I feel like he has a couple bars about Chuck Knobloch. And it just, as soon as you said his name, I was like, Action Bronson has said his name.
Yeah, I mean, he was a longtime Yankee too, Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah, so that would make sense, Bronx, you know?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that was the Immaculate Grid. Before we get into this week's topics, go ahead and just take care of some business. You should, if you want to get insane, accurate rankings, I mean, like insane, top 10 overall, including Keith Lott, who was number 1 overall fantasy baseball ranker this year. You can get those rankings as well as other, it's football season, right? Or football draft season. Get access to some of that great content we have over at fantasysixpack.net by becoming a member today. You can get your membership at fantasysixpack.net/plans, get access to Discord. And it's not just, fans or supporters in there. There's also a lot of times, like I've dropped a couple, I get I'm a baseball guy, but I play fantasy football. I dropped a couple questions in there and those guys responded to me instantly on who some of my keepers should be for my fantasy football team. So you want to get that access, you head on to fantasysixpack.net/plans. That's about the business side of things. We're talking about shooting things on what to talk about this week, and we didn't really have much of a topic, so we figured why not just look back on some of our most. We'll focus on TGFBI, which is a great fantasy baseball invitational. Pits about 500 of the industry's top content producers against each other, and not only it's like what, like, a 15 team league, but also against the top 500. So they do have fab every week. It's a weekly roster lock. And I got to say, I mean, we've talked about this before, but I was doing really good. I've kind of fallen back down again. I pulled up earlier before the season started. I currently sit 5th in my league.
Me too.
Okay. I had been in first majority of my league.
Yeah.
For majority of the season of my league. And I peaked at 55 overall.
Yep.
And I'm currently at 134 overall.
I'm at 126, so I'm better than you.
There we go. See, look at that. You're a little bit better than me. My struggle right now has been hitting. It has been all year. My hitting has not been, and I knew that was going to be the case going into the year. My pitching, I have like one of the best pitching staffs.
If you combined our teams, Jason, we'd be
in first. Because aren't you really good at hitting and not pitching? Oh, because you went. Wait, let's
I went 0 pitcher.
Let's remind everybody, Nick went 0 pitchers,
which still worked. Just because, like,
do you have your standings up right now?
Yeah.
How many points do you have for pitching?
43.
So I have 58.5. So not far off.
No. And what's your hitting?
32.
51. So like it's just all you can do is just like, it's so hard because you need to stay on top of it. but like the waiver wire is so important in this.
It's insane how this year I purposely made, and we've been texting each other on Sundays because it's
holding
true.
each other accountable.
It's true. Because the problem is if you miss out on the players, you're screwed for that week, and you could quickly fall down those rankings and not crawl back up. So like, not only is the waiver wire important, but you have to like strategically work with the waiver wire because you got to have like backup bids. Because if you lose out on that top guy, if you have like hurt pitchers and you only put in a bid for one pitcher to lose that pitcher, well now you're starting two.
It's so hard.
There's no IL spots, right? So like you can't really stash players. But yes, I agree. This is the first year that I've fully stayed on top of waivers, and it's paying off, but not to the point where I'm obviously in the top 50. But waivers have been huge this year. I mean, there's a few guys that have really helped my team along this year, mostly on the hitting side, I think. But yeah, I mean, the waiver wires have been huge. And like I said, like these are 15-team leagues, so super deep, right? And they're, for the most part, we'll say at least 12 of them are paying attention, if not more.
Yeah. It's 13 because you're counting me.
Yeah. So like I have a guy in my league who is not, you could tell he just basically drafted a team and has not paid attention to it at all. He still has $1,000 of budget left.
Yeah. Give me some of that.
Right? Wait, so speaking of budget, how much budget do you have left?
How can I tell?
Go to your like free agents, like
oh yeah.
Go to like go to like
this website's awful.
It's
be on contracts.
The one thing I can do, we're talking about at TGFBI is continue just to shit on
guys. I have 96.
That's actually pretty average. I kind of went out on a limb and spent a ton of money this last week just because I had a bunch and there was guys that I wanted to get just to try to help boost some of my hitting.
Hey, Jason, add Trevor Story this week.
Ooh, I think he already was added.
I'm such an idiot for not doing this on Sunday.
Yeah.
There goes my $96.
Oh, yeah. So he's available. I'm going to go ahead and put a live bid in right now.
Yeah. Let's both do it.
So I have 156 left. I just dropped a bunch of money on Brendan Rodgers and he's already hurt. So that's fun. He came back.
I've got Sale coming back. I did a very good job adding people before and after injuries, but now apparently not. I do want to go through my pitchers though with you, just because.
Let me put this bid in.
I'm cutting Matt Tice, whatever his name is.
I'm trying to think what. So you put your whole 96 on Trevor Story?
I did 65.
Oh, okay. Because you can't do $0 bids, right? So once you're out of money, you're completely done with making moves. Like you have to have money to make moves. But we're down to like after this week, there's only I think 3 more waiver periods or something like that, something small. We're down to like 3 or 4 waiver periods left. So there's no sense of, as long as you can.
You're not going to take it with you.
Right. So I have 156. So I think I'm going to go a little aggressive because I need hitting badly. And Story can obviously help. So right now, my biggest areas of need are home runs and stolen bases. I knew home runs were going to be an issue leaving the draft. When I got done drafting, I'm like, I have absolutely 0 home runs. Like
stolen bases is the joke. It's
so hard because like everybody gets stolen bases, and my team doesn't have a lot of them. That's another thing too I was going to go through real quick is in the standings you can see like where you are.
Yeah,
we can like compare my hitting to where you are. So right now like I said, my biggest where areas where I can like gain ground is home runs. I'm 10th in home runs. And stolen bases were a huge one too. I am almost dead last in stolen bases.
I think I am last in stolen bases. I am last.
14.
How many do you have?
84.
I have 62. But I drafted all power.
Okay, so how many home runs do you have?
I mean, I'm not even winning in that. which is bad.
Yeah, how many do you have?
What's this? That's runs, home runs, 211.
Wow. Which place does that put you in for home runs?
Fifth.
So I only have 187.
Oh, Jesus.
That puts me in 10th. But my first place is only 219.
Yeah. My first place is 221. So I'm like,
you're not too far off.
Yeah. Like a good week, I can jump up 2 spots.
Yeah. Yeah. Stolen bases have been a joke for me.
RBI?
RBI has been pretty bad too. I sit in, where's RBI?
I'm 745.
I'm in 8th place, and I only have 684 RBIs, which first place has 741 RBIs. So he has almost 100 more than me. What's that, like 80 more than me?
Yeah.
Like that, I'll never. And like I got some guys close to me, but
what's your average?
I'm saying like batting average. I thought it. So like I had drafted a pretty like batting average heavy team, and it hasn't been that good. I'm in 10th place with a 252 average.
I'm 267, second, tied for first, but
the first place is only 267, so I'm not that far off. But
wait, that's funny that it's the same average as mine, and I'm in first.
Dude, when I was drafting, I was like, I'm going to focus on guys that get on base or hit for high average. Like I drafted scumbags, not scumbags, but roster waste of space, such as Alex Verdugo, which I thought would have been a great boost to my batting average. And the guy's been awful this year.
Yeah, I drafted Arias, which is all I needed.
Yeah, that will put a huge boost. And also what's really weird too is I know it's the Roto League and it's like I don't think there's a max on innings pitched, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so like my pitching, I'm top 5 in everything, and then I'm in second place with wins.
Do you think there's a minimum?
No.
So what if next season
you went all RP?
I went all relief pitchers.
I mean, you'd literally be last place in wins, last place in Ks.
That's it.
Yeah, the other 3 you'd be because
I'm
looking at this now. The guy in my league that leads saves has 79 saves, which is funny because he probably did what. So last year I went with the popular thing was like pocket closers, and then I went like 2 closers in the first 3 rounds. I bet that's what he did this year too, because that was the only thing I won last year was saves. Yeah, ERA, I'm top 3
saves.
Yeah, like I'm now stuck playing guys like guys that I don't even want to have to play just to try and gain ground on like stolen bases. Like I'm starting Zach Geloff from Oakland, which does nothing more than basically steal bases. I'm starting Sal Frelick in hopes of getting stolen bases. I'm running out guys like Anthony Volpe, who's not been bad, but batting 211, which would explain my, 250 stolen base or batting average. But it's helping me. He's got 20 steals this year, so just trying to gain ground on any categories I can right now. We're getting to that point of the year where the only thing you can gain ground on right now are counting stats, right? Like ratios are so hard to gain ground this late in the game.
I'm second in ERA.
For 0 RP, for 0 pitchers, that's actually pretty solid.
Yeah,
what
3.6?
That's actually, I think, even better than I'm in like 3rd or 4th in ERA.
Whip is bad.
Same.
I'm 11th. But like not by a lot. I haven't really looked into it. Like I've looked at it like sparingly just to be like, what do I need? But like I've reached the point where I can't really gain much ground.
Right. Like the only thing you really gain ground on right now is counting stats. And even that's getting to the point where it's getting hard too, because you got to have like huge days where like you're getting like 15, 20 RBIs and other people are only getting like, you can only hope to gain like a few. Yeah, like those are going to be the easier ones to gain ground on, like stolen bases, wins,
runs,
saves,
strikeouts,
things that are harder to come by. Offensive categories that's hard to come by. They're hard to come back, gain ground on. Yeah. Which is funny because I went to go look right now to see if we knew anybody Any big names in the top?
I just want to get to the top 100. That's all I want. I'm at
I
120.
wanted top 50, and I was so close. At the All-Star break, I was 55th overall. I've now fallen to 132. I've had a bunch of bad weeks. Injuries have hurt me pretty bad. So far, not.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah, I see Jason Collette at 18th overall. James Anderson's at 23rd. Jordan Rosenblum's 25th.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Michael Schneider, who writes for for Fan Six Pack, he's 28th. So there's a few names, but I couldn't tell you the top 5. I don't really know too many of them.
Let's get him next year.
That's always a fun league, man, because it's like I just like being able to be put against like not just people in the industry, but that many people in an overall standing. Did you do Raz Slam?
No.
Which was draft and hold. I did it the first year of this year. It's on again, NFBC, which again just completely sucks. But it's a draft and hold. So I think there was like 50 rounds. I was doing really good at the beginning of the year, and I've kind of fallen off. And then nothing you can do about that. There's only 2 waiver periods. One is like the first week of the season because you draft so far in advance. I think we did draft. We think we did a slow draft in like February, maybe even January. But I'm 192nd in that. So the NFBC leagues have not been my friend this year. Also, I called this episode mid-season recaps. We're like should be 3/4 of the season recaps.
I don't know if I could handle that.
What's that? The draft and hold?
Yeah, I need transactions.
The only good thing about that is you just like it's literally like it's like a best ball league. You just draft and that's all you do. You don't have to. Well, that's not true. There's the 2 waiver periods, but that's so hard because like in baseball, like the second half, there's so many call ups that have huge impacts on the season, and there's no way to know who's getting called up in when I think the second and final waiver period ran like I want to say like the middle of June. So like you had no idea that some Zach Geloff or some of the guys are going to be called up or we're going to get hurt and have some sort of replacement for them.
I think next year we have to do like a side fantasy 6-pack, like TGFBI, like pool, just to see, just like have some stake in it. Maybe we could do like bring on someone each week. We could talk about it. Dave Eddy, 298. What a bum.
They just do a fast scroll to figure out where he was.
Yeah. I did the Control Z.
Oh yeah, let me see where Joe is. Ooh, Joe's at 393.
Ooh, you hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Who else are some fantasy baseball writers for us? I've said Mike Schneider. He's up there in like the 20 something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I mean, even the best of them, man. Chris Towers of CBS, 294.
Yeah, it's all luck. It's all just like the way the way it crumbles,
Yeah, and like TGFBI has such a weird thing too. Is like I know Dave's, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this too. Is like you go for high upside, right? Because if you're not coming in first, who cares if you're coming in 132nd or 232nd? But I don't know, man. Like I wanted to see some like let's real quick run down the guy who's in first place and look at his team before we get out of here. So the guy right now who's currently leading all of TGFBI. It's kind of upsetting because he has a lot of the same players I do. All right, so
he's
catcher.
Just such a better fantasy player than you.
I don't get this. I'm not even kidding. Like, let's see, where is? How do I look at his team though? I just realized I'm not looking at his team.
Oh, yo, me too. I just pressed it and I was like, yo, I got
his team. You don't get to see his team.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh wait, yeah, you can't. You'd have to know what league he's in, right? What number league is he in? Doesn't it say? Oh no, you can't.
No, that's dumb.
You should be able. There should be some sort of transparency. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm even looking through all the leagues. You can look at all the other leagues except for TGFBI. Unless, let me try one more thing here. Before I promise people something that we couldn't even give them.
Couldn't even get
Look
it.
on their league. No, can't. Well, I tried. I thought maybe we'd be able to look at a team. It was so funny. I'm like, this guy's got a lot of the same players I do. And I'm like,
You're like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait, this is the exact same lineup I put out there. How the hell? All right, well, you got anything else to talk about mid-season recap besides their TGFBI teams? We already put in. I already got my
your story.
Story.
I'm at 95 in Earth. I'm 8th in Nerf, but 95 in Earth. So that's fun.
Wait, what are you in Nerf?
8th.
8th?
But like.
And 95th in Earth. How many people are in Earth?
Let me check.
Is that on NFBC too?
Yeah, 165. So it's a lot smaller, but
yeah.
I can jump though. I'm pretty.
But that one I feel like Earth might be a harder league than TGFBI. Because let's be honest, there's like half. Like I said, there's at least 3 or 4 people in my league that aren't even paying attention. They never pay attention all year. Whereas I feel like Nerf is a lot of more hardcore people. Because to be honest with you, if you just write one blog or make one podcast, you can be entered in the TGFBI.
Yeah.
Where Nerf is like a lot of like the people that are, you know what I mean? It's like Justin Mason's in it. All those guys that are like pretty extensive with the content producing. So,
you know who was awesome for me though? Gavin Williams. He's been great. He got 12 Ks the other night. Psycho.
Another, classic Cleveland right now between Bibby, Gavin Williams, and Logan Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even missing Tristan McKenzie.
I know. He's just like an add-on.
Yeah.
And they're trade like they churn and burn like Savale, and now they're just bringing in better pitchers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else? I'm trying to look here.
Yeah. Any other comments or things to talk about? Topics, mid-season recaps.
My 30 Rock team is so hurt.
Oh, you were doing so well too, weren't you? Like top 10?
I think I'm in like 11th now, which is fine. But I was just doing so well.
I mean, that league's kind of gotten to the point where it's like,
yeah, you can't catch up.
Jesse Roach is just, his team is insane right now.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
It's so hard because like I get why people get people get grief for trading with them because his team's already a superstar team. But it's like if you're in that league, we got to the point now where there's no parity anymore. Like the only people that can really compete are like the guys like, let's say like top 15, half the league.
Yeah.
Everybody else is trying to rebuild. So of course you're going to trade any valuable pieces you have to get rebuild pieces, dynasty assets. And Jesse Roach, he does a really good job of trading away his dynasty. Like he doesn't rip anybody off.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's just about getting the right guys.
He just literally trades with the guys that are in rebuild mode, and he's in win now.
Yeah,
I know we're only like 3 years in.
To be turned off.
What's that?
I need injuries to be shut off.
Yeah. Hey, that Will Benson trade's been pretty good for you.
Will Benson's a fucking monster. I love him.
Yeah.
He's been good. Fucking Duran, like he's been. But so right now, my infield is hurt. India, Josh Young, Taylor Walls. And then I have Lodolo hurt, Tristan McKenzie hurt. That's just like, I can't do anything. I'm not going to replace them. I'm not going to like go and make a trade to make my team worse next year so I can maybe make 9th place again.
Right.
We'll see. What are you doing? Are you there? Are you last? No, you're in 28th.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The bottom, you should not be in 28th. I
might get lucky. I might get lucky and get first overall pick. Actually, that's not true. I traded my pick away, I think. But those guys might miss out and forfeit their first round pick. That's what happened to me last year. You have to have 7. There's minimums you have to hit. And I luckily traded my first round pick after I realized it was the 30th overall pick and not the 2nd overall pick. Because I was like, down at the bottom in Fantrax, you can see what
Yep.
number your pick is going to be. And it kept, for the longest time, it kept saying 3rd overall, 4th overall. I'm like, this is great. I'm going to get a great piece. And then all of a sudden, he must have made the changes, and it said 30th overall. And I was like, holy shit, what the hell? And I didn't realize that I didn't meet my innings pitched minimum because I just have nobody on my team. And yeah. So I do have a first-round pick, but I don't have my own. So it's not even really going to matter. But I don't know who's in last place. I'm actually on the thing. I could look it up, to be honest with you. I was just going to check.
No, Drew Sperling, I think.
Yeah. I bet you he doesn't hit his minimum. He may not have a first-round pick either. Yeah, I mean, Jesse Roach, right now, I'm looking right now. Jesse Roach is 45 points above
John B.
place. And if you look at his statistical stats, he's in first place in basically everything. Second in home runs. He's literally first in everything except for like quality starts. And
I mean, if you have Acuna, you're it's like impossible to not be good.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, that was probably a trade. I don't remember, I don't know, but I feel like he probably.
Yeah, because you didn't draft Jose Ramirez and Ronald Acuna.
Right. Like he's definitely, that's one thing too, is like he's definitely put in work. Like, it's not like he just got this most likely back-to-back 30 rock.
And what's so funny is it's not like we play for like.
It's just bragging rights, basically.
It's not like we're putting in like $100 each and where it's like a $3,000 pot. It's like, no, here's like $20.
Yeah. I'm trying to click on the min max for Drew and it's not loading. Let me know if it loads for you. It didn't load for me.
Not yet. It's the site's been weird for me lately. Since they updated it, it's been very like delayed for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking. So he has nothing but first round picks from here until like the foreseeable future. Like he has 5 first round picks this year, like 4 next year. Like he has nothing but. I know a lot of them are mine because I did a huge trade swap with him. Like he gave me his second, I took his first. That's who I got CJ Abrams from, was Drew. He's actually got some decent players that'll make. He probably hits minimums, to be honest with you. I'm looking at his pitching staff. It's all like he's got Blackburn, Corbin, Priester, Senga, Urquidy. He probably will hit the minimum, so he'll be good. All right, well,
Jason, I'm hot.
Yeah,
I need to put the air conditioner on because it's too loud to put on when we're recording.
Well, that's going to be the episode this week. Hopefully next week we'll have something a little bit more important and topical to talk about. We might have. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but might be, if we got to confirm a few things, but we might have a big episode next week. So,
and it's not Dap Scout.
Yeah, Dap will be back next week, if not for another surprise we might have coming on. So, I don't want to spoil too much, or blow the lead in case something falls through. But
we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Jason. I'll see you later.